everybody. We're back. Moving along very nicely. My next guest tonight has a daily column that is published in over 350 newspapers around the world. Please welcome America's favorite shrink, Dr. Joyce Brothers. Very risque music they played you out with. That's right.
Nudie bars.
Those poor psychological development.
No, it does. What it does is, that's one of the major fantasies that men have. Going to an unusual place, seeing something that's forbidden. And along with those fantasies also come a fantasy...
Dr. Joyce, we don't need to know.
He's got to wear this when you do this.
Strange atmosphere.
It's also, we don't really need to know why men like it, I don't think. I mean, is it, what are you trying to say? I mean, is it acceptable then? He needed to vent some steam.
It's perfectly acceptable.
Yeah.
Perfectly acceptable. And a part of that fantasy also, and in the man's mind, is having sex in unusual positions that only gymnasts can do. And great athletes, but never in real life.
Joyce. That's disgusting. Come on.
You've never been to a nudie bar?
No, me, no. I have to represent the youth of America. I gotta...
I see.
No, what are you talking about?
You know...
I'm at the library till it closes, and then
Yeah.
go straight home.
You know, the interesting thing about the bars where the women are nude, after a while, the men waiters get totally adjusted to it, and they only will turn their heads when a very beautiful, fully clothed woman walks in. So
they become bored with the nude female form.
Yes, they really do.
That is so sad, don't you think? I mean, that ruins them for life, in a way, doesn't it? That they just go, yeah, there's a naked woman. Hey, look, a bumblebee. You know what I mean? Isn't that strange? It's just screws them up for life, probably, right?
Probably. Now, you know, the last time I was here, I talked about the fact that Tuesday night is the big night for having sex in married couples.
Tonight is Tuesday, and this is no.
They're leaving, going home.
Not now. Not now, please. They're all like, hot damn, let's get at it. No, you have said this, and we giggle. Because that's what we do. But Tuesday night, you say, statistically is the night when people get it on. Is that right?
Yeah, except for you when you're at the library.
That's right.
Sad.
No,
Very
exactly.
Sad. Very sad.
But why is that true? Why? Is that really true? I mean, why Tuesday night?
Well, apparently Monday, you hate Monday because you've got to get back to work.
Right.
And by Tuesday, you've adjusted to getting back to work. You have the weekend way ahead of you, so you don't have to do all the jobs that your wife or your, you know, asks you to do around the house. So Tuesday night, you've got a lot of energy. Okay, and so this is the night when it really happens. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
All right, I get that. And how did you find this out? Did you call people at random? I mean...
No, I didn't, but other people actually did a study on it. You know, there's some very interesting...
You know, it's interesting. I didn't mean to cut you off, but you always come with these interesting facts. Last time, you talked about watching gorillas. You studied gorillas for a while.
No.
And you were... Yes, last time on the show, she comes on, and I'm prepared to have a nice, normal conversation, and then you start talking about gorilla genitalia, and the whole evening just went down the drain.
Well, the genitalia is very, very teensy. Very teensy.
Okay, I'm getting uncomfortable with this conversation. Let's just move on, all right?
But I can't.
And you don't need to know why. Okay.
Okay.
So, but have you?
But
that was a mean laugh, Andy.
Nothing. You two work out whatever it is you have to work out.
All right. Andy, your job is not to sit there and laugh derisively at me.
I know.
Oh, it is, actually. I forgot. But Dr. Joyce, have you been...
Last weekend, I went to the zoo to see the butterflies. At the Bronx Zoo, they have a beautiful butterfly garden, and you walk through, and the butterflies seemed to like me. They landed on my head and on my shoulder. And,
you can go in with the butterfly.
Go in with the butterfly.
That's one of the few animals I'd want to go in with, I'd say, okay, I'll go in with the butterfly.
Fine. And then when I finished with the butterfly garden, which was beautiful, I went to check out the gorilla twins, you know, the baby gorillas.
Yes.
And there's something about me and gorillas. As soon as I got there, two gorillas started to mate.
They started to mate.
Yeah, the parents got the kids out in a big hurry.
Yeah, because right. They get them out of there because they don't want the kids to see that.
I was astounded. They make gorillas make love in a face-to-face position, and the male gorilla is very, very gentle, very loving. He put his arms around, cradled the female in his arms, and I learned.
He put a little music on.
Next time I'll hug.
Well, do the people at the zoo get creeped out when you come around, you know, because they know that you're there to really check out if the animals are doing it?
No, this was the first time I'd been in the Bronx Zoo, the very first time. But it interested me.
So you stayed and you watched them, and they were, you're saying that they were very nice to each other when they were mating.
I didn't really watch. It was very quick. But I did notice.
Yeah, the guy gorilla is watching right now. Oh, why? Why did she have to mention that? You've just embarrassed the male gorilla terribly.
Well, I discovered that females have signals. The female gorilla, she kept coming up to the male and he was ignoring her. Yeah. And finally she just pulled on his foot as her signal, and all of a sudden they were mating. And it kind of triggered in my mind a very interesting study in which they asked men and women what the signals are that they would like to get from the opposite sex.
Well, have you found? I would love to know the signals. It's been a problem for me in my life. I never. What are the signals? I mean.
Well, first of all, they asked men the signals that they would want for a woman. And
from the woman, the signals that they want the woman to give them.
And they're very straightforward. I mean, saying I want to have sex with you is very straightforward.
Good signal, yeah. I would think that's probably up on the top 5, maybe.
Again, up in the top 5 is a woman saying that she has birth control with her.
Okay, because that means that everything's copacetic, yeah.
Another thing that men would like women to say is, will you come home with me? I'll give you a wonderful massage.
Yes, that's good.
They would like that.
And men can interpret that as meaning that maybe something's going to happen. I would, you know.
Yeah, would like that. And also just taking off her clothes. That's a signal men would like.
But what if you work in a nudie bar and she takes off and you're like,
then you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about this nudie bar.
What? I had heard so much about it.
I love this. He thought he was out of the woods, and no.
21, and like I said, when tried to experience it to, as much of a moral, observation point as I could.
Spoken like a true champion.
Gary, she's going to charge you for this. So I wouldn't go on at length. Now, so those are the signals. What are the signals that women are looking for from men?
Well, what they would like as a signal is a man would say, I love you, and I will love you forever. That's a signal that they'd love to have.
Is it okay to say that even if it's not true? I mean...
No.
Dr. Joyce said it was okay to say.
If it's not true, then perhaps a better one is to say, I don't really go for one-night stands. I like committed relationships.
For a guy to say that.
A guy, that's what a woman would like to hear anyway.
Okay, yeah. And it's probably a bad sign when a guy says, I love you very much and I only like committed relationships and yada, 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 yada. Now let's get it on! That's probably a sign that maybe we're not really getting the whole truth here. Is that okay?
Also, inviting a woman to come to a gourmet meal with candlelight is a sign that a woman would like to hear.
That's the old standard, yeah. I think.
That's something that a woman would like to
hear.
They
like that. Well. Yeah. All right. Now, you must constantly, in your travels around the world, be asked questions. People must ask you for free advice about sex and things like that. Are there questions that you get more commonly than other questions?
Well, there are, yeah. If I tell you the questions, will you try to answer them?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Hey, I got nothing to hide.
At the top of the list is, can a man tell if a woman's faking orgasm?
I don't know, I mean...
He can.
Maybe. Some men aren't that concerned about it, maybe, But I know, I'm serious. Some men don't, that they sort of, they're not caring in that way. But you're saying, Are you asking me personally if I can tell? Because I would not have that problem, Dr. Joyce. I guess for the first time in 3 years, I'm at a loss. I can't really help you out. I have no clue.
No.
Why would a woman do that? Do they do such things?
They do such things, and men do as well.
Shocking!
Men do as well.
Dr. Joyce.
Men fake
an orgasm?
Yeah, about 15% of men do.
Okay.
When they're kind of turned off and they're tired and nothing's happening, they just pretend, and women can't tell the difference.
Okay, so that's a bad sign, you know, don't you think?
It is a bad sign.
The woman doesn't tell the difference. Okay, all right. And we're just about out of time, but anything else? I mean, any other questions? Just one more question. What's a really commonly...
Well, they ask about sexual fantasies. Do you have sexual fantasies?
Okay, we're just about out of time, I believe. We gotta go, actually, I think.
It's been fun to
You know
do
I
that.
do have sexual fantasies.
Oh, everybody does.
Everybody does. It's just that there's so many and numerous, and they're weird, Doctor. I'm worried about it, actually. You know, they involve all kinds of weird, you know, characters from history and... Yeah, Abe Lincoln's always in there, and it just gets odd. I mean, strange devices. I think that maybe we should do a commercial, and you'll stick around after the show, all right?
No way.
You're getting out of here. All right. I creeped out Dr. Joyce Brothers, which I think is a major accomplishment. We're going to take a break. When we come back, you got to check them out. BR549 are coming up. Great band. We'll be right back. Stick around.